So, this is actually the same length as the buffet, so this is going to be a shorter video, but, fancy places to eat at Disney World. A lot of people don't eat there because, they don't really want rich foods, at Disney. It's hard to, like, walk around all day in the heat and then go there and eat, like, this filet mignon, and, I have a lot of people that I've taken with me to those restaurants, just be like, can't we get a corn dog? But I do think that you should at least try one of these restaurants because you're on vacation and you should indulge. My my favorite restaurant is Le Cellier, and that's in Epcot. It's a Canadian restaurant. And it means the cellar. So you go and check in, and then you walk downstairs into the cellar, and it's like a wine cellar. So they have like they have mood lighting and wines around you. It's very like a romantic feel to it. And they have a lot of different steaks. I had a veal T-bone. It was delicious. And I wanted to go there so bad the last time I went to Disney. But I called the first day that I could make reservations for restaurants. I called that day, and they were booked for the whole week. And I mean, like, in the time slot that I would eat dinner, from 5:30 to 6:30. I mean, 5 to 6:30. Like, I could get a reservation there for 7:30 at night, but then I'd miss the fireworks. So, but really great food. So, if you want to eat there, you have to make a reservation like that. But it's delicious. I'm also Canadian, so I'm a little biased. But it really is good. I mean, just telling you about how hard it was to get a reservation should show that it's a great restaurant. And it's also, in order to get into the restaurant, there's like these beautiful gardens that you walk through a path to. So it's really pretty. Tutto Italia in Epcot. It's really fancy. Fancy restaurants. Obviously, it's going to be fancy. I wouldn't say it's a good place to go for kids. The meals there, I don't think they had like a regular spaghetti and meatballs. They might have changed it since I've gone, because I remember looking it up on the menu and thinking, I would eat that or something, but my parents really liked it, and they've wanted to go back since then, but I just remember being unimpressed, especially with the desserts. I know that European countries, they often incorporate alcohol into their desserts and their entrees, but I'm not a big fan of that, except for, like, tiramisu. I really don't like wine reductions and things like that, and I remember they had a lot of that in their desserts, but it might be a great restaurant for other people. Like I said, my parents really liked it. I just didn't feel connected to it. I didn't want to go back. But you might have a different thing. It's really touchy with upper class restaurants because you go in there and you expect so much, and sometimes it's not what you expect. Hollywood Brown Derby. That is the only other place that you can get a Fantasmic dining package. And since I have some time, I will go over it. You have to ask for the Fantasmic dining package when you reserve your table. And if you don't, you won't get it, pretty much, because they do have a limited number of those passes. And basically, they give you a little ticket that has the number of people in your party. And then you go through a different entrance to Fantasmic, so you don't have to wait in line, and they have a reserved section for you to sit. So that is really helpful, I think. I love the Fantasmic show, and it's different than the other ones, because, you have to be in line, otherwise you might not get in there. It's not like you can just stand in any place of the park and see the fireworks, because it's a whole show. But yeah, it's good food. It's fancy, steaks. But what I liked about there was they had something for everyone. They have beef, chicken, fish, salad, children's menu. so that was a good place, I think. Like I said, I wouldn't pick all of these places though, because eating all that rich food all the time, even at Cinderella's royal table, the food is rich, you know. Um, so you can get your stomach upset by eating all of that food. You know, every once in a while you do need to eat some healthier options, some options that are less filling, I guess. The Yachtsman Steakhouse. Now, like I said, I couldn't get a reservation for Le Cellier, so I picked the Yachtsman Steakhouse, and I think that was a really good place. That is Yacht Club Resort, so it is also not in the park. So I think if you're not going to the park that day, you know, there's some places in downtown Disney, but don't be afraid to go to a resort and eat there too, because they have some great restaurants there. Don't underestimate it. The Aspen Steakhouse some of these places do have a required dress, although it's not very, like, strict, you know, it's like wear pants and a shirt and closed-toe shoes, you know, so it's very lenient, but just go and look online and make sure that you pack something that meets the requirements, and so that you know what to expect. But it was very good. I remember my dad had a miscommunication with our waitress, and it was no big deal, but she brought us out like a little sampling of the lobster bisque for everyone, and that was just cute. You know, I really like it when a restaurant puts in the extra effort to do something like that, you know. And that's what I love about Disney, is if they mess up, they take responsibility and they make up for it. Also, what was really awesome, I should have mentioned it in my character dining video, but at Cinderella's royal table, they overheard us talking about how we weren't going to make it on time for a fast pass. You know, like, so a select few of us wanted to stay and, like, go on this ride, but we were afraid, like, we wouldn't get there in time. And so the waiter just overheard. I mean, he didn't do anything wrong, you know, he was just listening. And he decided to write this fast pass. I didn't even know they could do this. They had this fast pass that, you know, you could write in however many people wanted to go at any time of the day for any ride, you know. So it was really awesome. It was like a free fast pass for anything you wanted to do. And so that's what I love about Disney. But that is it for fancy dining. Oh, also Yachtsman Steakhouse, great steaks. Like I said, I don't like wine reductions. I didn't even care that my entree had a wine reduction in it. It was just really good. So yeah, I hope these videos were helpful to you, and I hope you have a great vacation when you go. So that's it. Thanks for watching, guys.